I was just listening to this thing about consciousness, and this lady has written a New York Times bestseller, and she's talking about consciousness, and so much of such a high percentage, if you will, about what she's saying has to do with thought. We think this, we think that, she just, the way she says everything has everything to do with analyzing. It's talking about consciousness, but through an analytical mind or through thought, and that's a science. And interestingly, people buy that, probably because they can relate to it better than just completely abandoning thought, which is what I love what Eckhart talks about, is completely abandoning thought. But oh my goodness, you cannot have the experience if you do not abandon thought. It has to be completely, you can't analyze it, you can't sit there and figure it out. It is so pure. I think that's probably the experience about it that's just so identifying and intriguing and stimulating and enlivening, is that it's not bogged down by this thought. It's not bogged down by identity or anything. It's just completely free. It's completely untouchable. The experience of beingness is completely untouchable by us. We cloud it over, sure. We cloud it over with ego, thoughts, ideas, analysis. Certainly, I'm driving a really nice vehicle right now, and it can wrap you in and make you feel like, in cell phones and even mountain bikes, cool technology, all kinds of stuff can wrap you in and help you feel like there is no, it just pulls us, our thought is one or the other. So it wants to make it like that's reality. That's what it is, and we kind of narrate as some sort of a spiritual idea of presence or consciousness in our minds, and we do that with thought, and we just classify it, stick it away, and pretend, understanding that we will die someday, and that everything, all that is processed through thought, and none of it typically is through the being. None of it is pure. Now, I have not been able to figure out how to live all the time from that, but I take it in doses of, I get to experience the being on purpose, shutting everything out and experiencing the being from experience, which helps a lot, having had that experience before. But I just go there, and that enlivens me and excites me, and it's just awesome. So when I have these experiences, it's kind of like it just is exciting, but I don't know how yet to integrate that. Sorry, I was a little distracted there. I don't know how to integrate that yet. I don't know how to make it so that when I'm in the being, I'm, for example, able to describe all this, or even have conversation or anything intellectual, or discuss business or do anything like that. So I've not figured out how to do that yet, although I will say that it is a beautiful thing, and I've had experience with it enough to be able to say that it's not, going back to the beginning, it's not from the mind. It's not something we can even talk about. It's, I'm talking about it, but I'm so far on the outside of describing it. I think it's going to have to be more of a how-to. How to have that experience, how to do that, how to go there, how to live from the being within. So there it is.